Welcome back to the Webby O'Neill channel. Match reaction, Newcastle 2, Manchester United 0. United now slip into 4th place with Newcastle going into 3rd. Start us off with your overall thoughts on that match.
I just seemed throughout the whole match, at times there, players just did not seem up for the fight. I thought the midfield and the attack just didn't work together at all, especially that first half. Players there getting onto the edge of the box, nothing happening. Players in midfield just not up for it. The ball wasn't going through when it should have done. I didn't really see anything except from Anthony, who was an irritant to Newcastle and the fans. Didn't produce that much, but he was an out ball. I thought it was a very, very poor Man United display. And to be honest with you, some players there need to look at themselves.
Yeah, I want to get on to your thoughts on Ten Hag's substitutions in the second half. But in that first half, David De Gea, a double save. But up top, it was like we just couldn't keep the ball.
No, couldn't keep the ball. David De Gea there, they had the pressure them first 15 minutes, which is what you expect. Okay, and you expect to hold out and then produce some football. David De Gea on the 15th minute produced 2 excellent saves. And then I thought United got into the game for about 10 minutes. But they had a bit of control. That's the only thing they had in that first half. A little bit of control of the ball, got back into it. Newcastle had 2 shots in the last 10 minutes of the first half. But United were woeful in communicating with each other, putting the ball through. I didn't see anything at all from Rashford. Now, that doesn't mean to say that was Rashford's fault. The ball just never came. He never got a chance in the box. It just did not work at all. And I expected changes at half-time, and they never came.
I think it took us to that 55-minute, 60-minute mark to get our first shot on target. But do you think Erik Ten Hag's tactic of putting McTominay further up there in that number 10 role to try and stifle Bruno Guimaraes actually worked in that first half?
I actually thought it was working. I thought United looked as though like they'd stopped Newcastle in that first 15 minutes of the second half. It didn't seem to see as though Newcastle were coming at United. The game seemed to have stopped. And then what happened was, what led up to the goal just before it was like David De Gea messing about with a ball just across the penalty area, which I hate. Manchester United fans hate it. Clear it. Well, it led to a throw-in, which then led to the goal. And then from that moment onwards, it was so poor. It was unreal.
It was carnage, panic.
Carnage, and the substitutes had already been made with Martial and Sancho coming on. Now, Martial, what could he do? The ball wasn't coming, but he worked. But Sancho, I never seen a thing. I expect players to come on and fight and get stuck in. And he was just tipping around. I couldn't believe it. But he wasn't the only one tipping around. The players didn't seem to communicate with each other. Sancho was just running around all on his own. There was no communication there. And then it just went from bad to worse when he just threw everyone on. I mean, we was 2-0 down, and it just got ridiculous in the end. And to be honest with you, looking at Newcastle, with the amount of chances what they had on goal, they could have scored 4 or 5. But in that first half, the only good thing I can say is Varane and Martinez stuck to the task along with the defence and held them out pretty comfortably, really. Obviously, Newcastle have 1 or 2 chances, but that's the only good thing. And to me, when he brought Varane and Martinez off together, that was just schoolboy. That was just schoolboy.
Tell me what you mean by that.
Schoolboy. It was just silly. All right, let's all go out on the attack now.
Silly by who?
By Ten Hag. I just thought it was silly. I thought he should never have done it. And then bringing on Lindelof, which baffled me. It was just so sad to see that Man United, a performance like that with no battle. The crowd was up for it. You knew it was going to happen. You're in Newcastle. They were up for it. And I didn't see it from United.
Was you not more disappointed that, coming in after that first half performance, you expected then a bounce from Manchester United to go out and attack, and we've still only like registered like, what was it, one shot on target, a couple of shots on target. I can't remember many instances in that second half where it was like a proper out and out goal scoring chance.
I think we all expected a change in that second half, and Ten Hag tactically, right, put McTominay further, brought him back,
Yeah.
put some bits of forward,
Do you think that
and he
worked with
brought
McTominay as well?
and he brought Bruno into a different position, and it seemed to have calmed United's nerves. They didn't create anything, but what it seemed as though they were in the game and they'd nullified Newcastle. And then obviously, like I say, I go back to you. What led up to their goal was just stupid passing from De Gea to Varane, and then the ball went out. And from that moment, United just never worked together. So any changes what he made, any substitutions what he made, because he made the substitutions and they just went to pot. And I'm very, very disappointed at the effort and the commitment by many players out there today. Didn't work as a football team. And it was a massive game for Newcastle, big game for Man United, but Man United just never came to the party.
Yeah, a lot was mentioned about Weghorst in the actual commentary on Sky. What did you think of his overall performance? Do you think they were too critical on him because he weren't getting the service that a centre forward needs, or do you think he should have done more?
I think when you use the words Weghorst centre forward, he's no centre forward. He's not used as a centre forward for Man United. Ten Hag doesn't use him that way. You don't see him in the penalty box. You don't see him on the spot. You don't see him in the 6-yard box. You don't see him winning headers. You don't see him winning the challenges. He's a workhorse out and about on the 18-yard line, and that did not work today. It was poor. He was poor, and I'm not saying blaming him for that. I'm just blaming the team for the whole performance. They did not work together, and certain players look worse than some of the others.
Yeah, anything to add before we go? I don't think we could give him man of the match on that performance today, or could you from a Man United
No.
shirt?
I look at Varane, his performance. I thought he was steady all the way through. I thought he collected the ball, left and right foot, went forward with it, tried to get things going. I thought he had a really excellent game. But what I do look at, top four now, it's game after game Man United play. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, these type of things, they're all coming thick and fast, right? And they've got to shape themselves, because the teams what are challenging for that top four position, they're only playing Saturday to Saturday. That's the problem we've got. So United need to sort themselves out, and some players need to start putting a bit of effort in.
Does it worry you going forward though with our actual away performances and the results against like the top 6, top 9, that we're just not getting them results? Or do you think we can, crack on from now until the end of the season and get the 3 points at Old Trafford, because we have made it a fortress?
I think what you've got to do is you've got to look at that performance today and 1 or 2 other performances away from home, and are they ready for the battle when they go away? Will that let us down? It's a big worry. I'm not saying it will, but it's a big worry going forward for that top 4 spot with what's going on at the moment. The next few games are critical. Brentford and Everton at home are vital for Man United to get back on track. So let's hope so.
Would you say the momentum's now with Newcastle though after that today?
No, I think United have got the... Listen, they've got 2 home games. I think Newcastle have got 3 away games, but they've only got 1 game a week, whereas we've got more. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, thanks for joining us today. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on the match. Also, Tony's video. Smash a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want more content, and press that notification, because we'll be up with a video later on this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.